Welcome back to So Yesterday. I go by the one and only D Just. Hey, we've been gone for a long time. Last episode was March 15th, 2005. 5. Now we're back and we're live. Now, it's only right I say this. When we do an episode, we always come back on our own time. And I'm glad to be back. I want to listen to see what the viewers got to say. So, without further ado, I got to do this right. I'm tossing it over to you. Troop, talk to the viewers, Troop.
Hey, what is up, everybody? Choop here, Cody, whatever you want to call me. We are back and better than ever. Season 6, Episode 1 of So Yesterday. And as D just said, I'm really happy to be back and doing this podcast with my best friend, brother from another mother. So I'm really excited to, be doing this right now. And yeah, we're back and better than ever. Season 6, Episode 1. It's going to be lit. It's going to be legendary. It's going to be amazing, awesome, whatever you want to say. And we got a really good episode in store for you guys today. And I feel like it's an episode a really good, important life episode to talk about. And before we get into all of that, what we're going to be talking about in the episode, I feel like we should get the viewers up to speed on, what basically we've been, doing with our lives. Because, like you said, been over a year and 3 months since we last did an episode. And that's a very long time. We've been gone for more than a minute and stuff. So I feel like, we should, talk briefly about, how life has been before, leading up to this episode. So without further ado, guys, I think, you want to start off with this? I'll let you go first.
No
Get the
problem,
viewers
Troop.
talking.
For me, after we did the last episode, I went off and continued fighting for custody of the kids. And I had joint, but it wasn't the custody arrangement I wanted. So here recently, I got shared custody and joint legal custody. So now it's 50-50 both ways. And it's nice to be in that place because it was a battle, man. We were going back and forth. But those who do not try never get what they want. And I never give up. But also, we've been out there playing 2K, right? I'm
That's
just
right,
saying,
dude.
it's been pretty interesting for me. Life keeps going, and just been chilling, trying to do my thing, be the best dad ever. But shoot, what's up?
Well, since we've last talked to you just on the podcast, a lot has happened. I mean, work. I've been working a lot. I recently got fully certified at my job here in Ketchikan, Alaska, flight service, full CPC. And for the viewers that don't know what CPC stands for, it stands for Certified Professional Controller. And I became a CPC on September 8th, 2026 or 2025, excuse me, to be exact. And which means I got fully certified. So I'm able to do everything. I became an OJTI back in December last year. So I can train new people and everything. So basically, I worked all last summer. We're getting busier right now. I've been training people since March now. So, and not gonna lie, work has been really stressful at times training these new trainees. I mean, I gotta worry about, whether they're doing something right and stuff. And I sometimes give them a hard time, and it's nothing but tough love and everything. So, I gotta,
My
gotta,
boy really
gotta,
gets
knock them
tough
around.
love,
Yeah, gotta knock them around
that
sometimes,
knocks some head.
and hey, not literally, man. Figuratively, I'm knocking them
I'm just
around, dude. I'm
trying
not
to
like,
think of you being
punching
the
them,
tough
dude.
boss, bro. Like you, the guy that used to have the
Yeah,
little
dude.
Pokemon hat and stuff in
Yeah,
Pokemon
dude.
being tough. Like,
Bro,
okay,
it's
give the
no joke, man.
listeners and viewers your best impersonation of you being a tough boss right now. All right, let's take
Tough
somebody,
impersonation, dude?
yeah, goofing off right now and not doing the work, and you catch him. What are you gonna say?
Well, you know what I'm gonna say, just and to the viewers and listeners. So yesterday, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, you know what? He's like, do all this, man." I'd be like, "Hey, get your butt in gear, and you should know this. You should be doing all this stuff, and yeah, you should. Yeah, I'm not just gonna be like, I'm trying to swear and not trying to cuss and
Go
everything,
ahead.
this episode. So I keep it clean, but
You go right
I
ahead.
basically just not like this. Come on, like, are you serious? You did this? Like, no. Like these guys should be knowing what they're doing, but especially with all the hours that they're already training. Like, all right, I'm trying to help you, but it's on my ticket. So I'm like, I have to make sure they're saying the right altitudes, the right squawk codes, the right, clearances and everything. And yeah, if they mess up, it's on me. So I have to be tough on them. Be like, yeah, if you don't get this, then I don't know what to say, man. Can't help you. So, especially if you got over 100 hours. But yeah, so that's pretty much what's been going on with me. I've been training, working a lot, sometimes 6 days a week.
I know.
Work can be stressful. And, on my days off, I like to, I do chores and whatnot. But, I also try to get out of the house, dude, other than work.
Mental
I
health
want
is
to
very
be,
important.
obviously, make new friends. Life is tough, dude. Yeah, man. So I just been working, we got a really good big trip coming up in July next month.
Fact.
You gotta be excited for that, huh?
Oh, yeah, I'm real excited, man. I'm
You
just
just excited to go to Chicago and whatnot.
yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm busting out the Bulls jersey. That's how excited
Do it, dude.
I am. I
Butters,
am.
man.
Well, me
So
too.
that's what we got coming planned up, viewers and listeners. So yesterday, me, D Just, and a few other of our best friends, Sean and CJ, shout out to them. Be going on a guys trip in July, or to Chicago. So anyway, that's all life is gonna be going on. We're definitely gonna be talking about that on a future episode. That's for sure, DJ. That trip. Yeah, that's pretty much what has been going on for me since it's pretty, self-explanatory work. So, and try to make new friends in the process, which actually, just is what the main topics of this episode is going to be: friendships and maintaining them, making new friends and whatnot, and the pros and cons, of making friends. I guess. I mean, I guess there's obviously the pros and cons and whatnot. So I feel like that's gonna be the main itinerary of this episode,
I mean,
dude.
I'm
So
kind of going to switch this up for a second because I understand this is the episode of the friendship era, but
yeah,
I'm kind of in the me, myself, and I era. I'm
yeah.
about me right now. I mean, I got friends. I love my friends. Shout out to you, Cody. But it's like sometimes you gotta be selfish. Sometimes you gotta put yourself
Yeah.
first. If you don't have like a self care day, sometimes like I feel like you can really overwork yourself. Like, we're in it's like men's mental health month. Men's month.
Oh yes, yeah, dude. I heard about that. Yes, very very important month, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mental health is no joke, and I feel like mental health should be taken more seriously in life because I feel like it's not looked, on enough. And I feel like people don't really take it seriously, and I think mental health is very important, dude. Just
It
so
really is. I mean, I went to the gym today. And it's like one thing I'm real bad at is not making time outside of my kids. And like I'll go like maybe a full week without doing something with the guys and all that stuff. But my mindset's like, all right, kids are here, I gotta be best dad ever. Cheer on, yeah. But the retrospect of it is no, you need that time without them too. So I'm getting kind of better with going out and doing stuff, keeping that in mind.
yeah, bro.
Yes.
I mean, I've met people, just that aren't really, outgoing and whatnot. Like I have a few coworkers actually that don't really like going out. I know a guy, he's, the term homebody. He's pretty homebodied. I mean, he goes out, man, but he doesn't like want to be around a bunch of people like all the time. So he'd rather just be in his room, with the door closed, doing whatever the hell excuse me, doing whatever he's
You're
doing.
fine.
So
Fine.
I started to swear, man.
No,
So
bro. You understand. You're good.
but yeah, doing whatever. I'm gonna say it, whatever the hell he's doing. That's his business. I have another coworker who's pretty much the same way. He says his social battery doesn't stay charged that long. I love that metaphor.
Your social battery needs to get out and live life and look at the sun.
Hey, Hey, I've been trying to tell him, man. I mean, I have a coworker that literally said he's a homebody and he does hang out with me and a bunch of other people up. We go to bonfires, having bonfires, excuse me, recently. And he didn't go to the last one because he said he needed a weekend by himself, in air quotes. And, I mean, that's fine, to each to their own. And I mean, if you want to be alone, I mean, shout out to you, you guys. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being alone. If you prefer to be alone, I mean, that's fine. I mean, me, do just ever since I moved to Alaska, I hate being alone, dude.
What?
I want to get out as much as possible, make new friends, here in Alaska because do just it's hard. It's a struggle. I mean, I live on an island,
You tell me that every
Ketchikan,
day.
Alaska,
Stroke.
and yeah, like down on Lower 48, down, in Ohio or whatnot. I can't drive places. I have to either fly or take a boat. There's no other way. So it's a struggle. So, and that's what I'm saying, D Just. It's like, I mean, shout out to those people that want to stay alone. It's fine. Nothing wrong with that. If you don't want to be around people, that's fine. And, so to each of their own. So that's what I gotta say about that.
I mean, to be fair, I've met people who always want to be alone, but it gets to a point where I sit there and think like, you want to be alone. When you tell me that like 3 days straight, I'm thinking, listen, like, what are you doing with all that spare time? Like, you got that much time to
Yeah.
every single time. Like, then you gotta think like this. It's not that they wanna be alone, they don't wanna be bothered with you. You just gotta be realistic. I mean, but everybody lives their own life, and we're not gonna, like, judge them. It's just like, I might judge you quietly and just not saying.
Yeah, dude. What I've noticed, just about ever since I moved to Alaska, when I was back in Ohio living, if you or CJ or Courtney or anybody else, any of our friends, if I texted you guys and was like, hey, you want to hang out? And any of you guys were like, no, I'm busy, I wouldn't be upset. I would be like, okay, that's fine. I wouldn't mind staying home a weekend, because I live with my parents. And I had family around. So it's like, I didn't feel so alone
Right.
and I was fine with not doing something. Now it's like I feel like I have to. I shouldn't say I have to. I feel like I'm more motivated to just get out,
Uh-huh.
make new friends, meet new people in any way possible. Some nights, some weekends, some nights, or whatever. It, it, I don't make new friends. I feel like I'm not extroverted, but I'm also not introverted. I'm like somewhere in between because introverts, they don't want to go out at all. Extrovert people are outgoing, social. They'll talk to anybody. They'll talk to a stranger, some guy or some
These are the
girl that
ones
they
you
don't
gotta
know.
watch out for.
Yeah,
You gotta watch out
exactly.
for those
So
guys.
yeah, man. But D just if someone were to invite me someplace now that I'm in Alaska, I will be like, I'll be there. Yes, yes, 1,000% yes.
But you don't.
Because I mostly don't usually have plans normally. I have met new people here in Alaska, but then the past year actually, I'm really happy to call them friends. They're actually big supporters of So Yesterday,
Really?
and yeah, and yeah, but I saw a few of them a few days ago, and we got to hang out. And one of them's a really big fan of the podcast, so shout out to her. You know who you are. Anyway,
Thank you for the
but I was
support.
telling her, I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, if you invite me somewhere, I will be there, more likely, and whatnot, dude. I'm just more motivated now. Just get out. I do feel more happy though, honestly. Not gonna lie to you, just
Bro, what did I tell you? All you gotta do is get out of that prison you're living in. Once you see more of the world, bro, you gonna see a world that's not
yeah,
full of just your mom, Just gotta get out.
bro. I was just so happy. I mean, I know I'm in Alaska now. I'm far away from home, which is Ohio, and I feel like if I was still in Ohio, maybe I wouldn't have made new friends. Because it kind of forced me to actually get out and make new friends.
Yeah,
Because I don't
kinda
know
made
many
you
people
grow up a
here.
little bit,
Yeah, family, friends. All right, all back in Ohio. I'm over 2,000 miles away from
That's
home,
the
flying.
downside though.
Yeah,
Mm,
there's pros and cons and whatnot. So it's like I'm just happy to be able to, you know, I feel like I'm a different, changed person. Like I feel more outgoing. I feel like I'm willing to make more new friends. I feel
mm.
like I'm willing to try new things depending on what they are. So,
Well, I like this
maybe find new
version of you
hobbies,
though.
whatnot.
I like this version of you. You're in a positive headspace and you're thinking
You know what I mean?
clearly. So it's like, you're in a good place right now, boy. You're doing things right. You seem real happy. know?
Yeah, man. I'm just happy, and I mean, any like I said, any social interaction, I'll be there. Some nights I still go out anyway and just try to make new friends. I mean, I've talked to people, like I go to the bar, I'm more likely to go to the bar. So I I mean, some nights I don't talk to anybody except the bartender, which I'm fine with. Sometimes some random guys or this one random woman came up to me on Wednesday, this past Wednesday, and talked to me and was like, she basically was like, she said to me, she's like, I don't really get out that often, but, and she's like, I'm sorry if I'm kind of awkward. I said, no, you're fine. You're fine. And she was like, yeah, I'm trying to get out more and meet new people. And I was like, yeah, same here. Hey, we got something in
Hey, there
common.
you go.
So, I mean, I meet some interesting people here in Ketchikan, Alaska, pretty much
Every
every
day.
week. I go out. Um, and now that it's summertime, we got a bunch of seasonal workers here, and stuff. So we got people coming in and out because summertime here is the most busy time of the
Right.
year. More there's tourists coming. Like fun fact, Ketchikan's gonna have 1.5 million tourists this summer alone in cruise ships and people flying in. It's crazy, dude. That's the highest amount that this city has seen. This little small town has seen, and that's a lot of people, dude. Just if you think about it, and like a small island in Southeast Alaska, that's crazy. So, and there's more opportunities to meet new people from like outside of Alaska. I mean, I can meet people who live here year round, which I usually do see at the bar or out at the grocery store or whatnot. So it's like there's always someone new you can meet. There's always someone you can talk to eventually. But I feel like the most important thing, D-Just, is making the first move. And me, D-Just, it's hard. It's hard for me to make the first move.
Hey,
But when it comes to making new friends, because you know me, I kind of scared, man. I kind of fear rejection. I'm kind of awkward at times. I mean, it's not easy, D-Just. And I feel like once you get out of your shell and actually try, eventually I will make the first move. I don't know when that's going to be, but it's just hard, D-Just. It's like I need someone there to help me. I should say help me, like be like a kind of a wingman or a wingwoman to make friends. It's like
it's,
I feel like I have met people,
I feel
but
like
yeah,
with you, it's like it's just a situation where you gotta keep in your mind, you're not out there like looking for a relationship. You're just out there. You gotta keep this in mind. Just looking for friends, bro. And if you just
yeah,
approach it
yeah,
like, "Hey, man, hi, how you doing? My name's Cody. How you doing today?" I mean, that usually starts the conversation right there. Just a simple, "How are you doing today?" I mean, you can go one or two ways. Usually, they'll say they don't want to talk, or but some people
yeah.
are generally polite about it. They don't want to talk. Some are rude. Some, I don't know, just snub you off. I mean, like but for the most part, people are really polite about it. I mean, that's a pretty basic
Yeah,
question people
D-Just.
ask. How are you doing today? I mean, it's not like a weird question. Somebody just asks you. So, I mean, that's small thing that you can keep in the back of your mind. Just I remember being back in college and just holding the doors open for people and just them saying thank you was cool to me. I mean, you get people talking.
Bro, speaking of college, dude, college was rough for me, man. I It took me like 6 years to make my first friends, and that's until I joined my fraternity, my co-ed for educational fraternity, Alpha Eta Rho. So shout out to them. I didn't make friends with them until basically my last 2 years of college. But you get from really familiar with Zach. Shout out to Zach. He CJ jokes with about it all the time, but he's very much alive, and I have not talked to the guy. No, he's not dead. He's still alive. I'm not sure how he's doing. I've not talked. So that guy helped me get through college the last 3 years, and you guys as well. Even though CJ went to Akron U, you were at Akron U until you know
Different things happen.
dropped out, which that's fine. You know, but I wanted to finish college, but college making friends though was it was tough, and I feel like though, D just we're talking about the whole friendship and stuff. I feel like if you move to a new state and city where you don't know people, I feel like that you're actually it's harder to make friends because and it depends on the distance, man. If you're, I mean, I'm like I said earlier, I'm over 2,000 miles away from Ohio, and I'm very much alone. So it's like it's just not easy, man. So 100% not easy. So depends on location. Say I'm 4 miles. Like my brother and my sister in law are in Michigan. There, it's a 4 hour drive to Ohio, Northeast Ohio, where where I grew up at, where we basically grew up at, and my parent they drive back and forth 4 hours every weekend. Like I was talking to my mom the other day, she was like, "Oh yeah, Connor and Melissa are gonna be in Leo, or my nephew. He's over a year old now, and I've only met him once, so I haven't been home, but he's great. Anyway, they can come in like pretty much almost every weekend driving down because someone's birthday. They're celebrating someone's birthday, like
Damn.
Melissa's sister's birthday, kid's birthday, daughter's birthday or whatever. So they've been here a lot, and shout out to them. But it all depends on geographical location, like I said. So if you're there, it's easier for you to just come back home and drive and see family, see friends, hang out, do stuff. And I feel like I wouldn't be if I was me in that situation, I probably might not feel motivated to actually make friends because I feel like I'm only a few hour drive away from home, 2 hours. I can just drive home and see people. I might not be motivated. But now, like I said earlier, I'm over 2,000 miles away. So I feel like I'm more motivated. I'm more willing to make new friends and meet new people and develop these friendships because I mean, it makes me happy, knowing I could talk to somebody, ask someone for advice, um, here in town and whatnot, or may want to hang out with them and stuff, be around them physically and just like chill and whatnot, just talk and just do whatever. So I feel like location matters. So
I agree.
yeah, dude,
It's a
just
great,
so
great way to look at it. Location always has mattered. I mean, to a certain point, I agree with what you're saying. It's like, anywhere you go, you're gonna meet different people. So you come back and you're gonna meet different types of people who have different types of way they dress, different types of way they, talk, different accents all around the world. So I get it. And homesick is a real thing. It's completely normal for you to feel different where you go places. So I respect what you're saying.
yeah, bro. That is it's I feel like it's really important though. So hmm. So yeah, man.
Yep.
So all right, I got a question for you, D just. Since we're talking about friendships and whatnot, I know each of us have had a friendship where I guess I shouldn't say it's like a mistake, like why did I become friends with this person? But I do feel like, if you want to be friends with somebody, I feel like there's gotta be like a certain level of trust you gotta have. I feel like trust is probably the most important thing in a friendship.
Right.
Because if you could trust somebody, you tell somebody something, like something really personal. Like say you have a one-on-one conversation with somebody about something you're going through, like stressful, like situation in your life, and it's kind of personal, and you trust that person, like say, like don't tell this person about how this person feels. Like he's like, I wouldn't be telling people about that. Like I feel like you gotta trust these people in order before you tell them certain things. And I feel like before you get into that situation, at least for me, do just personal stuff. I feel like I'm not gonna probably tell people I just met like I'm going through like a personal struggle and whatnot, like something really, really personal that I
Yeah,
only
you
would
gotta
share with
trust
you,
them
D
as they
just
tell.
or family.
Yeah.
S- So, what do you think about that, D just?
I completely agree. I mean, like, there has to be a balance scale between when you tell somebody and let people in, because you don't want somebody to
Yeah,
know everything about you, every move way too early. See, I mean, like, they should be able to earn your trust. I mean, you're a prize. I mean, why let them know every single thing when in our reality, you let them in too soon, there's nothing to be gained in the end. They just know all your tricks. You're basically like the puppet. and they're pulling all the strings.
I like the way you said that, dude. Just
Mm,
I like that metaphor you just used.
So,
So
so yes. Moving on to the next segment. Trying to keep it from being less quiet as possible here.
yes, dude. Of course, of course.
Yes, yes, yes. Let
All right, guys. So friendship. I feel like is something that is very important, especially and we were talking. Like I said, we were talking about the how our friendship. Friendships are important, and I feel like we should just like mention like I guess you just I think we were mentioning about like what was that thing we were talking about earlier? It was oh, change. How change, is change good for somebody? I feel like change can be good for like a certain like situations and stuff like that. So what do you think about that? Like is change can change be a good thing when if someone moves to a new city and is like I feel like it's more gets successful and stuff like that. So
um
what do you think?
I believe change can be good on certain occasions because if you don't change, you don't grow. And I think everybody wants to grow. Everybody wants to evolve from any situation they are in. And to be frank, I mean, I think if anybody has changed from freshman year from high school to where they are now is you. I mean, look at you. You start off as a scrawny kid in high school to yeah.
Bro, good times, man. Good times. Yeah, man. I obviously changed a lot physically and mentally because we were all in high school. We were all immature.
Yes.
Nobody, I feel like nobody I've known was mature in high school. Man, we've all been through a lot of stuff. We've all like experienced things. Like we've all made mistakes, and nobody is perfect. That is a fact. We all make mistakes. We're human. We're not robots. We don't walk around a robot like being like we don't break down. We're not like that. Robots break down. Humans break down
Facts.
mentally, physically, and it's really important to like maintain like your personal well-being and health and whatnot. Like take care of yourself. Like be there. Be in like situations where we wake up in the morning and you tell yourself, man, life today's gonna be a good day. You gotta be self motivated and everything to go out there and just own it. You gotta, like, you gotta be motivated yourself. I feel like life, I feel like some days you just like feel like, oh, I can't do this. I don't think I'm not gonna seize the day. I'm not gonna, if you're being negative, that's gonna affect you mentally and it's gonna put you down. And you also need the support of other people, family, friends, and whatnot. So, and I feel like, we all learn from our mistakes and change can be a good thing depending on, what we were doing. Like say we had developed a bad habit earlier and whatnot, and then we changed for the better based on like our own personal self motivation. And then someone else telling us, I should say, I think you should do this. I think, doing this, maybe talking to a therapist or whatnot if you're, into that. Like, I mean, I've been told from people that I should go see a therapist in a way of like, I mean, I've seen my coworkers, man. That I know that sounds bad, but I feel like most people like therapy helps people in their own way. But me right now, I just feel like I don't need it, and I mean, because sometimes I struggle with I struggle with self-motivation, which I talked about earlier. Like, I don't feel motivated, and I feel like that's why like, oh, confident motivation and confidence. Confidence is another one. That's where I was getting at. Yeah, man. So, I feel like you gotta have that self-motivation, you gotta have that confidence. I mean, confidence, I feel like is really important.
It's
So
in time that the video's gonna be up tomorrow.
and you gotta have that in order to be, happy, and we're going back to the friendship topic. I feel like I don't really have much confidence in myself. I mean, as you guys can see, I recently shaved my head bald back in February, and I feel more confident now than what I've ever been because I would always wear a hat and whatnot whenever I went out because I was not confident, balding and stuff at 32 years old. I mean, I started balding when I was 21, so that's when it all went downhill. So, but I do feel like confidence, self motivation, is are are two things that I think we need in order to maintain our mental health, our mental happiness and whatnot. And like self motivation, like I said, it's very important to just. I feel like if you don't have that confidence or motivation, and I just don't think you can be happy.
Oh, no,
In
I'm
my
with you
opinion, I don't think you can.
100%. I feel like
So
confidence comes in all shapes and styles. You can have swagger confidence, you can have that confidence you can do anything by intelligence confidence. I mean, it's not just one way, shape, or form of confidence. I mean, you can be confident just by just walking outside to get the paper, but ultimately, you are the one that's in charge of your confidence. I mean, like I say, I'm confident just by the way I, dress and speak, but that does not mean at the end of the day I'm all confident about myself. At the end of the day, like, ultimately, I feel today, now, and present, I'm a confident person. But back in the day, like, I was just starting off in high school. No, man, I was insecure just like everybody else. But, you know, everybody goes for that phase where they're just like, this again, why? It's just stuff you gotta face. But if you get through it, you'll be a better person. That's
100% agreed, you just, and that's why I feel like in that situation like that, when I feel like change would be a good thing
right.
in certain like situations and whatnot. And
Hi.
I feel like people change for the better and whatnot. And it's like you gotta, you know, move on. Sometimes, because like sometimes change can be bad. And I feel like good change can make you a better person mentally and physically. If work out more and exercise, that could be a good change as well. Physically, your appearance wise, losing some weight and whatnot.
Oh,
Because for me, yeah, for sure. For me, do just working out makes me happy,
oh,
and
same here.
I go work out. Yeah, I go to the gym probably 4 days a week, more no, like 3 to 4 days a week, sometimes 5, and I lift weights and do cardio and go for long walks if outside the weather here is cooperating. And that's that's good change if you feel like you have to do um good physically altering change, like do something that makes you happy for sure and whatnot. So yeah, so 100%. So
Yes. I agree. I agree.
so
I understand you.
do you got anything more to add for that?
No, we covered that shit. We covered that shit.
Yeah,
Fuck. That
that's
was a good cut.
good.
That was the same. We did the fucking thing on that shit.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
that's for sure, dude. Just
That was some good shit right there.
hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
That was some damn good shit right there.
Yeah, man. So we talked about, friendships, maintaining friendships, why it's important to make friends. We talked about change is very, can be a good thing and whatnot. And is there anything else you want to talk about this episode? We can get right into it.
We'll go ahead and knock this out real quick.
Do it, do just.
Um, as you know, this was probably during a long time ago. I had moved, yada yada yada, moved into a new neighborhood. Now I'm moved in, and had a neighbor. He was talking about all the stuff he went through, and he told me he was in a band. The band's name was Besser. If you don't know about Besser, it's kind of like easy way to saying it is from Wednesday's family, Adam's family, Uncle Besser. Okay, so I found out a lot about this band because first album I heard from them was Apocalypse, and obviously, from my perspective, I think the album's just phenomenally done. Got a couple songs out that I love, which was not Ice Cream, but Highway Love, Salt, and Bitter You. There's just a snippet of Highway Love. Not trying to get sued over here, but but as you can see, that's just the sound of somebody who's been playing for a long time, and we can able to. I always say this about everybody. If you're able to produce, because he actually produces his own stuff, and you know, he just plays a lot of instruments. So he's not new to this, but he also has a band too. So it's like, it's one of them things where just like you just recognize good talent. And I always say like, it's a little bit of Linkin Park in there. I like to say by drum wise, but they don't rap. They just play the band. But this is one of my that was just one of my favorite songs. Like another one that's like, Drama Queen, but I'm only gonna go like snippets like that. Like, I'm not gonna go all into the song like that because that's how you get sued in this world. So no, it is true. You're only supposed to do like a second and stop. So it's like even though like just because I know I'm gonna go sue me. But Drama Queen's a good
Yeah.
song too. I like the fact that how good it is, and there's a lot of meanings behind all these songs. But fun fact, I'm gonna put it out there. Before COVID hit, his band was nominated for a Grammy. But as you know, when COVID hit, that stopped a lot of traveling, a lot of stuff, and he has a couple songs on a movie called what's it? I think it's called Bitten or something like Bitten, I think. I'm double check that right now because in this world you gotta fact check everything. Cause I think
Now we gotta bring back the fact checks, dude.
definitely
So fact check.
fact check.
Fact check for sure.
Oh, that's what the band I think. Fact check. All right. Yep, broken. Okay. And for those of you who don't know, that's what the cover looks like right there. Broken. And they said that well, I can't really tell all that stuff because that's not announced yet. But okay, okay, I'm not make sure of that. But they're currently number 14 on the Gen X kids. Yes, I gotta do that. But yeah, they're doing amazing stuff. They have another singles out. called, it's another one out called Nebula. I'm trying to get them to respect their due, but I don't know what to like. It's okay, what's not okay, but. But this is what I can do. Like, for those of you guys who want to hear more of their stuff, they're available on SoundCloud. They're available on Spotify. They're available on YouTube. And I like all their stuff. They actually have a website called Net, and I will double check that because I don't want to get sued again. Yes, Net, Net, and it's a hash and then just Besser. In case you don't know, we're gonna have that on the blog as well. We'll put it on the Facebook as well, so you guys can also see. Um, Granted, I'm not the best at some of these things, but some of these things we get right occasionally. But 2010, they had an album out. I'm just gonna have like a snippet, not gonna play it all. So that's all I'm playing out at that right there. As you can see, the guitar solo was sick. Wow. Yeah. But I'm gonna wrap it up with that. But I just want to say this: they're an amazing, amazing, talented group, and I think that they're going places. And granted, this is like the second time I've talked about them today. You know, I did a pre-take. I recorded a podcast today, just solo, in case you didn't come on this today, Troop. So I'm kind of gassed out talking about this. That's what I'm like, oh, we have to have something in case this does not actually go up in smoke, So
Hey, man, you gotta be prepared. So give you props for that.
so but
Facts.
yes, that's all I got to say. But check them out; they're good. What do you want to talk about next?
We can talk whenever you want to talk about, or we could wrap it up. We're about almost 45 minutes in. You wanna?
I mean, I'm good. If you're good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's been a little rusty for us guys. It's the first episode in over a year, so bear with us. We've been out of the game for a while, but we're back. So but I do want to say to you just I really did like what we talked about this episode. I mean, friendships. I mentioned this kind of thing, some stuff about mental health and change, not gonna be good. And I feel like those are all really important stuff about to be happy in life, and I feel like everybody needs friends in their life. You need someone to have that shoulder to lean on and whatnot, and talk to if you need advice and whatnot. And yeah, I feel like friends and are very important to have, and I feel like everybody should have friends. And same thing with self motivation and confidence. You need to have that in order to be happy and whatnot. So I feel like you just need like all that stuff. In my opinion, I feel like in order to be happy. So that's all I gotta say about that. So summarize up this episode though is what I just did. So I just summarized this episode. So I'm happy that we got to talk about this today on season 6, episode 1 so yesterday. So yeah.
Okay. I mean, I like that too. I'm really thankful we got to spread awareness about that stuff because so many people don't actually know that it's different stages. It goes up. It goes from up, down, down, down. Here. I mean, if you don't talk about it, nobody's gonna know about it. So I'm glad we
Yeah, for sure. Facts.
what
Facts,
I
dude.
do say, don't chase people, chase your dreams.
Yeah, and what I also gotta say is stay tuned for the next episode, guys. We're gonna be coming out with some more heaters, hopefully. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. You know, as I always say, D Just, you already said it, chase people, not dreams. My quote of the day is live every day to the fullest until the day you die. I've always lived by that. It's something I like to wake up in the morning and say, I'm happy I woke up today. I'm happy, to be alive. And I try to enjoy life because, we all get older and whatnot. And, and once we get older, we only can do so many certain things. And it's like, I feel like to enjoy life, get out and experience life and see new things and maybe try new things when you're young, I feel like is better than when you get older. I mean, we're both in our 30s, dude. So, and I feel like the more we get older, it's gonna, might get harder to do certain things.
Yeah.
Kind of like what it is.
I think before the
So,
50s is where we gotta start worrying about that.
yeah.
But right now,
Hey,
we good.
thanks, dude.
We good.
We good, man. For sure. For sure. Well, I appreciate you guys coming and joining us and listening to brand new season of So Yesterday. And this concludes season 6, episode 1 of the So Yesterday podcast. And our hosts, Shoop and D Just, or you can call me Cody. Go by Cody, whatever you want to call me. Chalupa
And
dude, why
as
not?
I always say, thank you for tuning
Yeah.
in to So Yesterday, So Yesterday, So Yesterday, So Yesterday, So Yesterday, So Yesterday. Yeah. We out.
Oh, and make sure you guys are subscribed to So Yesterday. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube now. If you guys want to follow our Instagram, it's at So Yesterday Pod, all one word. Facebook, So Yesterday Pod. We'll be posting links on Instagram, maybe about you guys can follow us, whatever, and you can listen to us on, like I said, DJ's going to upload this video to YouTube, and then we're going to be an audio only version on Spotify. So if you guys don't want to see us, you can listen to audio. Go to Spotify; it's going to be posted on there. By tomorrow, hopefully. I know it's after 10 p.m. where you're at in Ohio, DJ, so it'll be uploaded. So make sure you follow our social medias. So no matter where you're tuning in, iPad, listening to on Alexa or whatnot, or whatever, Spotify, any devices you're listening to us, we appreciate your support as always, right, DJ?
That's right. Without you, we would not have. Without you, there would be no
platform.
us. We would have no platform. So we appreciate you. Thank you, listeners. Thanks for your support. Peace.
Well, thanks for joining us, guys. Till next time, stay tuned for the next episode. And that's all I got to say. Cody and D Just out. All right, later, guys.